Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first episode of the Bulletproof Radio. Today is May 12th, the day of our first episode. Nico, how do you feel?
I feel great. How about you?
I feel fantastic. I don't know about you, man. I'm just ready to let everybody know how to achieve and succeed.
This did take a while.
It took a while. It took, what, a month?
I guess.
Yeah. All right, guys. So today we want to really just talk to you about the mentality behind success. The mentality behind success, it really is a branch off of what we made called the Bulletproof Mindset.
Right. So you're probably wondering, what is the Bulletproof Mindset?
I am wondering.
The Bulletproof Mindset is not only a change in your mentality, but it's a step-by-step process that we've come up, as you know.
So you said step-by-step process, correct? Yeah. So when we were making this little mindset thing, it's our little thing. So we came up with 4 steps, right? It was 4 steps. We came up with mentality, drive, creativeness, and execution. So everyone's like, okay. Those are steps. Yeah. Those are steps. Now what are they? What do they mean? Well, Nico, what do you think the first 2 mean?
First 2, step 1, mentality. Mm-hmm. This is basically where you become bulletproof, where nothing is going to get inside your head. If you're getting hate or criticize, you brush it off. You keep grinding towards what you want. And the second step, drive, I think is probably one of the most fundamental things. It's what pushes you forward to keep working hard. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'll take over. I'll talk about creativeness and execution. Creativeness, in my opinion, creativeness is kind of like your imagination. Just what you want to put out into this world, leaving your mark, basically. Because if you're just a off-brand something, people forget about you really quick. So you have to have that creativeness to be yourself. What makes you Nicholas Font? You know what I mean? What makes you Nicholas Font? Okay, and then the last one is execution. Execution, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, self-explanatory. Execution is when you get all three of the first steps, and you just freaking go for it, man. Because who wants to do all those 3 steps and just be like, execution?
And there will be some trying times, but you just gotta go through it. You
gotta push through.
And that's what the 3 steps are for.
Exactly.
To help you push through. Because
in life, you're gonna hear more no's than you hear yeses, right?
Yeah.
The ratio is probably gonna be 200 no's to 1 yes.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about being successful in this life, because you need to learn how to not take stuff so personally, because maybe you have a great idea, but people don't really.
Yeah, you gotta take no for an answer.
Yeah, you have to learn how to take no for an answer. So, we're talking about this bulletproof mindset, right?
Yeah.
What brought us here? What how did we interpret this into our own life? And how was it hey, let's make a podcast, right?
Well, I always believed in I always supported just expressing your beliefs and your values, and I always thought making a podcast would be so cool,
Yeah.
It's with some couple homies just laughing or something.
Couple homies, yeah. Or not homies, partners. No, right?
Oh, partner. Okay.
Right. I'm kidding. All right, Nico. So what really motivated you to get here? What was what's broke into you and be I'm motivated enough to just start a podcast? What was it?
Well, I kind of was sitting around just not doing anything, as quarantine kind of just swept over the whole country.
Quarantine has made all of us hate our lives, eh?
I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's made me a more productive person, and I knew this podcast was gonna be a struggle, but I thought it'd be a cool project just to work through.
Exactly, because all 3 of us, we're basically blood brothers, so it's we see each other every day. We were we might as well make something out of it, right?
Might as well.
Yeah. So
money moves.
Money moves. That's what you think? All right. So since Nico talked about what motivated him, I kind of want to talk about what motivated me. Really, this podcast, because I feel like a lot of people our age, at least, they don't really know what they're gonna do in life. I have countless friends that are just I'm gonna get into business, I'm gonna do this,
but they don't know
that. But they're what comes after college? What am I gonna do? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do this because I want people to have to see us as an outlook. Mm-hmm. Into not what they should become, because I'm not saying that we're accomplished.
Yeah.
But the type of little tweaks they can make into their personal lives that they can change, that they can do to
better themselves,
benefit themselves, and make themselves better, of course.
Exactly.
So that's really my motivation. I really like I like talking.
Yeah,
I like
same.
to talk. I like to talk. I like expressing my beliefs, but I also like helping people. At the end of the day, I like people. I want to make an impact on this world. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
I guess.
No, so now I want to kind of reflect on our personal stories, like what really, like what our upbringings, basically, like why are we so motivated?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll share my story first. It's a pretty interesting one.
No one asked.
All right. Well, man, where should I? Well, basically,
from the moment you came out of when you saw the light.
Well, man, I don't know. Who remembers that?
Yeah.
All right, but
I remember it very clear.
I have to say the lowest point in my life was probably like 8th grade. And I know I probably didn't like realize it, but I was just kind of like a loser, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, just like, I'm gonna be like very like raw right here, but like I was just like a stupid pothead, you know?
Yeah, I remember very clearly.
I know. It's bad memories,
you know? Bad, yeah.
I thought I did not care for anything except just like looking cool, trying to be cool. Like my grades sucked. I was not motivated to do anything. Mm-hmm. And so 8th grade happens. I got into some trouble and I decided, like I want to do something. And what I wanted to do a sport in particular. It was boxing. I don't like compete. I just like kind of like practice it,
Yeah,
I think it's a really cool sport.
It's a fun sport, but it's not built for everybody.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not built for everybody.
Oh, cameraman. Okay.
Wait.
Oh, just wait. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I was like just going to the gym. It was crazy. Like, I would be up all night, like playing games on my Xbox with my friends, and then at 6 a.m. no sleep, just to go to the gym.
Exactly.
Just down to pre-workout. I know it was pretty horrible.
It's bad.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. It's called being a kid. That's what it's called being a kid. We're all gonna go through that. I mean, there's some people who still haven't gone out of that, but it's not bad. I mean, playing video games is fun, right?
Yeah, of course.
Playing video games is fun, but it's not like a way to live life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like
unless you're like a streamer
I'm gonna be
or
a pro
something.
gamer, man.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that.
But I was just kind of in that, and 9th grade rolled around. I joined the football team. I thought it was really cool. My first year playing football, I absolutely sucked. I was the worst. But and then I made some really poor decisions actually. Like I got in trouble with the law. I'm not gonna go too in depth on that, but just I got to some trouble, and I just decided like, I wanna do something. Like I see kids, like my friends, like no one in particular, but just like sitting around doing nothing. Like I want to make money,
weed.
man.
Yeah.
I want to make money. Like
exactly. Like although people may think like that, they're like, oh, this is fun in the moment,
like,
but they don't know the damage it's making for them in the long run.
It's creating bad habits.
It's creating bad habits, and as much as we hate to say it, a lot of the stuff that we like people like to do now. Yeah. It's a gateway stuff to more stuff. I mean, we're what? Like you're 16, I'm 18.
Yeah.
Right? And you're saying your friends being 16, 15, doing some weed. Like they're smoking weed. Like, come on. Like, what are they going to be doing in the future? They have to start. They have to start looking far forward.
Yeah.
They can't be like, I'm 16 and I'm enjoying life now.
Like you're not gonna be immune forever.
Exactly. Like right now we're kids. We don't have responsibilities. But once responsibilities hit, when are they gonna find the time to smoke weed?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna be working. Like it's not gonna be any time unless you let it take over your life.
Exactly. No, yeah, but I mean I don't mean to like trash on anyone.
Yeah, no, like
we're not trashing on nobody.
Yeah.
It's like it's your decision, but we're just trying to tell you like it's not the way to go.
Yeah.
It isn't. It really isn't. But yeah, that was a good story. I like your story. I actually really enjoy your story.
What about your story, man?
My story? I mean, it's not as rigorous as yours. It's not.
Oh, okay.
But
wow.
But no, I mean.
So you're saying I'm battle scarred?
What?
You're saying I'm battle scarred?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So really, my story. I mean, it really starts when I was a kid. When I was a kid, my dad and my mom they split, and no, I mean they split when I was about 8. I think I was 8, and I had a little sister and a little brother. You know, Luke and Emil.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at 8 years old with no dad living in the city, it was kind of hard. So it was like, yo,
you gotta man up.
Grow up.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta grow up.
You're the man in the house.
You gotta watch over your brothers. You gotta watch over your sister. You gotta watch over your mom. Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard. She can't do everything by herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really like to reflect on it because the only thing that really came out of that was just me growing up earlier.
Yeah.
Me growing up earlier than the bunch. Me kind of looking at life differently. My mom has always told me, she's like, you think like a 40-year-old.
Really?
She's like, you think like a 40-year-old. I don't even know where you got it from. Yeah. And really, I like to tell people that it's from that because I had to grow up faster than the bunch. But then, thank God, my mom and my dad came back when I was in, I think it was 7th grade. Yeah, it was 7th grade. They came back, and now they're BFFs. So it worked out. It worked out in the long run. And no, really, what I take from them coming back together is my dad really grew up as he was like, you know, not with us.
Really?
He grew up. Like my dad, I love him to death, but the person he is now, nowhere near the person he used to be. Now he's someone I look up to every day. Like he's probably one of the main reasons I started this podcast, because many of you don't know, my dad, he works for TLC. And he not only just does like office work, but he's a motivational speaker. He's a coach. Like that's what people look at him as. So like having a coach in the house, it's really easy to just like get ideas from him, get advice, you know, how to look at life and become successful. Because I mean, my dad is a pretty good businessman. Pretty good businessman. Yeah. So is my mom. But personal stories, that's really all I have. I mean, just the parents breaking up and then coming back together.
Yeah, that's a happy ending.
That's a happy ending, yeah. And it all worked out in the end because now my dad's one of my biggest role models, and so is my mom. Love you, Mom and Dad. All right, so really, that's really how we got here. And so how important mindset is in your daily life, right? How important is it?
Man, super important, actually. You know,
extremely important.
Like, there's people out there kind of like, I don't like to say this, but like sheep-minded, you know? They don't really know what to do. They just go with the flow. Huh?
Very furry?
So funny.
Okay.
Oh, you should be a comedian, dog.
Shut up. All right.
No, let me talk.
All right. My bad. My bad. All right, go.
No, but like, let's say, for example, you're born into a family who's in poverty, you know? That mindset, how they're in poverty, is going to reflect onto you. So you, like, poverty is taught in families.
Yeah.
Like, a poor mindset is taught, you know?
Yeah.
Because there might be people like, oh, I can't spend this money or something. Like I'm stuck at my job. Like, I hate this job and stuff. Like you could do certain things to help better yourself. And
always.
It all starts at
I
mindset.
Agree with that 100%.
It all starts at mindset.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That's the first step. That's what we have written down. That's the first step. Because without mindset, you get nowhere.
Yeah.
Without mindset, without thinking every day that you can accomplish something, it's like living an empty life.
Yeah.
Because you have no meaning at that point. If you have no goals, if you don't want to aspire to be something, you have no meaning. You're just stuck working a 9 to 5.
Exactly.
So then, really, mentality. What I wrote down for mentality is it's mind over matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we just said this, but mentality is the most important thing. That's done. That's done for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without mindset, nothing happens. And see, I have a quote right here that I really liked. I read this the other day. It was in that book I said again, The Lemonade Life by Zach Friedman. Yeah. I love that book, man. I suggest anybody to read that book. I love that book. It says, vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. What do you think that means?
Like,
vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare.
You gotta have, like, action without vision. You know, you gotta have, like, the end and goal. I mean, the how do you word this? The end in mind.
Mm-hmm. The end game. Know? You have to know the end game.
You want to know what you want to achieve. But it's really important to still set milestones within the way. But, yeah.
Vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. The way I look at this is that vision without action is a daydream. When you daydream, you're just sitting around. You're thinking in your head. You're dreaming. You're in your thoughts. You're just thinking. It's thoughts. That's the key word.
Yeah, you're not executing.
Thoughts. It's not execution. It's not anything. But action without vision is a nightmare. So it's like
you're going into blind.
Like
you're
going in blind, right? Like it's like you're going in a 1v4 on search, you know? it's like you're coming out the gulags and you don't have someone on the right to tell you where they are.
Yeah.
You know? It's like that's what it's like. So you
Hey, anybody wants to play COD with me in Seabass? So just
shut
get
up.
online.
Shut up. So So yeah,
that's
man,
rude.
that's
Nothing. Keep going.
So yeah, that's really what I think. Action without vision. You can't do something without the end goal in mind. Like when you're building a fence, you know where the fence is gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just buy a fence and then be like, damn, where do I put this? You know?
Yeah.
You can't just like that. Yeah. So here we have the steps to achieving a good mindset. We've talked about this a lot, but everything we've said in this podcast thus far is kind of led into the mindset, which is the bulletproof mindset, right? So just steps to get there, I would say, is motivation. Motivation is key. Without motivation, you get nowhere. Because motivation is what drives you, what makes you want to do stuff every single day. What do you think about motivation?
I think it's just motivation. It just helps you like get to where you want to go. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your car.
It is like your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your car. All right. So you
That's
heard it
bad,
here
man.
first. Your motivation
Is
is
your
your car. All right.
Yeah.
So then
Stop making fun of me,
having
man. It's not
so
motivating.
having goals, right? That's another step I have under mindset. It's having goals. Because like that quote, you have to have the end game in mind. You have to know what you want to do before you even do it. That's really it. So then this is a very important part. I think this is one of the most important parts of one of the most important steps in having a mindset, because you need to have a routine. Yeah. Having a routine is crucial. Like you can't think about even being successful when you wake up at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
When you don't have nothing to do in the day.
Because you wasted so much time.
When you're just at home doing nothing. When you're just chowing down on food. Like you have to do something. And people, I mean, now that we're in quarantine, we're thinking like stuff you do at home, but like when all this quarantine was out, routines were not a thing. I mean, they still weren't even a thing. Cuz I feel like friendships ruin routines. That's what I think.
Elaborate on that. I'm kind of
Yeah. Okay. So watch, friendships ruin because having me and you have a lot of friends. Me, you, and cameraman over there. We have quite a lot of friends. And back then, I mean, we used to always love to go out, get food, eat, go to parties, just stuff like that. Like stuff that what's the word I'm looking for? It's it distracts us from life. Because everything that we would do with friends just numbs us down.
Yeah.
It numbs us, and it's kind of like, I'm going to go hang out with my friends so I don't have to look at responsibilities.
But you would have a routine, you know? Like, people, I think, since school, I mean, for, like, people our age at least, and people working would have a routine.
Of course.
They would be obligated,
Exactly.
You
know? But we were just talking about people that don't have routines. Now let me get into the people that have routines. Having a routine is so crucial. Give us your routine, for example. Give us your routine.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, so I wake up around like 11, or maybe sometimes like earlier, you know? I usually do some homework, maybe read a little. Thank you for the book.
Gotcha. The Richest Man in Babylon. I suggest that one to anybody else too.
It's pretty good. I do that, have a little downtime, you know, just play some video games. And then we come to work here, you know, work on the podcast. After that, hit the gym. Yeah,
see, that's basically my routine. And it's always good to have a routine because every single step there you have, like waking up, reading,
it becomes ordinary.
This
it becomes
in the gym. It keeps you accountable. And especially because we always do it in such a tight friend group, which is me, you, and Alex.
Yeah.
We keep each other accountable. Like what do me and Alex say when you're like, I'm gonna skip out on gym today?
You go like, oh, you're such a loser.
We go ballistic on you. We go absolutely ballistic. We're like, hey, like, come on, like you're a tart. That's literally what we'd say.
Bro, like.
But like, I mean, it happens to you. It happens to me. It happens to Alex. It's not like I'm just picking on you. So having a routine is very important because I feel like all those things keep you accountable, and it just keeps you focused. It just makes you focused on what you have to do and what you need to do to accomplish it. So working stuff that makes you successful into a routine, it keeps you accountable. Everything in your routine just keeps you accountable. That's the key word in this, accountability.
And once you got your routine down, you're doing it like every day, it becomes like so ordinary and easy to you. You know, like before my parents like kind of like told me like get your act up, like I was just like going to sleep at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just have to have something that keeps you accountable, like that you look forward to. It has to be something you like. It can't just be like, bro, like these guys on this podcast said go to the gym, so I'm gonna go. No, like no, that's not how it's supposed to be. No, it's got to be something you like. Like if you like playing guitar, you spend an hour a day, 2 hours a day bettering yourself playing the guitar.
Exactly.
It's a hobby, something to keep your mind off of just being bored. Yeah. Okay, so after that, having a routine, I have surrounding yourself with the right people. How important is that?
Man, super important actually. I was actually surrounding myself with the wrong people. It just kind of, like you said, it was kind of just distracting me, you know? It just brought up, like, so many bad, like, things that I've done that I, like, totally regret.
Yeah, because, I mean, the 5 people that you hang out with the most are the people that reflect you. Mm-hmm. They're the carbon copy of those 5 people is, boom, you.
Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Have you seen that?
What is it?
It's like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And it's, like, so dramatic.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I hate to say it. It's true.
It's so dramatic.
It's so dramatic, but it's true. I mean, if the 5 people that you hang out with are just like alcoholics, smokers, what are you gonna do?
Smoke.
Exactly. Smoke,
be an alcoholic,
drink, all that stuff, because it's all they're doing. And when you're like, oh my god, I want to do this, it's like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
You can't hang, stuff like that. Like you just get like peer pressured into it, and that's why it's the worst thing that you can have going on for you right now is having a bad group of friends. Because that group of friends is, once again, what keeps you accountable. The main thing in mindset is keeping yourself accountable. And
if your friends don't keep you accountable, your whole routine just falls apart.
Exactly. It's like all these little steps we have just like work into everything. Yeah. So then after surrounding yourself with the right people, you have to want something. You have to have the aspirations. Aspirations is key in mindset, because when you achieve something, what happens when you win a game of Surge? What happens?
You know, it's like it's a good feeling.
Exactly, it's a good feeling. What happens when you bench what is it? 155. What is it?
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. What happens when you're having a horrible day and you get to the gym and you just have the greatest workout of your life? What happens?
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. So you have to want something.
This is really repetitive.
This
is really repetitive.
Yeah, but I just want viewers to understand that you have to want something. So then, along with wanting something, you have to have a why. Having a why is the biggest thing in mindset. Absolute biggest thing. Why, do you think it's the biggest thing?
Like, I do, because it's kind of like your purpose. It's kind of like why you're doing it.
Exactly.
Because like I'm not gonna like go to the gym with no end goal.
It's not like
you know?
I'm gonna go to the gym.
I'm gonna go get an A to like not go to college. So,
exactly. Like it's not
good grades. You
have to have a why. You have to have like why do you go to the gym? To get big. To get big. To be fit. To look better than others. Right.
Yeah.
Why do you make this podcast? To benefit others.
Pretty much, and benefit myself. You know, learn.
Yourself.
We're all on a journey together, guys.
This is all a journey. This is all the beginning of a very big journey that all 3 of us are gonna go together. So so it's really like having a why is really important. Like you need to know why. like you need to know why. Like you can't just be like why do you go get a burrito? Because you're hungry.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
But why do you need to know the why? I'm just kidding.
This podcast is over. No, I'm kidding.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right. So just to recap, guys, really it was the mindset behind the Bulletproof Radio. It's the bulletproof mentality, we like to call it. It comes from mentality, drive, creativeness, and execution. We talked about that all in the beginning of the episode.
And we'll be going full in depth on... When is it?
May 14th, baby. Come on.
May 14th? Okay.
May 14th. May 14th. May 14th. No, May 14th. You got it mixed up, buddy.
What?
May 14th. May 14th, we have a special guest coming in, and he's going to tell us about how mindset plays a big role in his life and how he's used it to become successful at such a young age. He's 19, right? Yeah. He's 19. Yeah. So, it's crazy how we see people older than me, 1 year older than me, already aspiring, doing stuff, right? Yeah. It's crazy. So please tune in. May 14th, we're going to have a special guest. We're not going to say who because we don't like to announce guests.
Yeah.
And so We hope you guys liked the video. Today was our first video. We had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, this conversation is pretty fun. We hope you guys benefited something from it. And our goal here is just to get a teenage revolution. That's really it.
A revolution.
A revolution. I want teenagers to be the next boomers. All right, guys. Hope you guys liked the video today. I'm Sebastian Enriquez. That's my partner, Nico Font. We had so much fun making this video for you guys. We hope you guys stay tuned. May 14th, please come in. We're gonna be having a video with a special guest, and we appreciate whoever watched this video. We appreciate you a lot.
We appreciate all the support. We appreciate all the eyes and ears.
Yeah, we appreciate it all. Please make sure to follow our Instagram, our TikTok, our Twitter, and our YouTube, and our Facebook. We're all over the web now. We're all over the web. So, hey, buddy, you have a nice night.
You too, buddy.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you.